Around everyone, I'm still in the third.
Okay, so week 7. What are some legal and ethical issues? Uh, Discussing your attacks or other readings regarding school, psychologist's role with suicide, students at risk for suicide. All right. So the book touches about it a little bit. It mostly is under documentation. So it says documenting every step of the process is a crucial aspect for clinical, legal, and ethical reasons. Um, documentation to be done on the day of assessment. I did a SAT assessment with my supervisor at one of my sites due to one of the kids was really upset, and I said something along the lines, "Man, I wish I was dead." And the teacher overheard it and immediately contacted a principal, which contacted the school psychologist, and I ran a SAT assessment. And so that's like the legal issue, legal part of it. So I documented and asked him several questions, and we ended up figuring out that he was just really upset and said that out loud. We still made contact with mom and whatnot, but and it came out okay. So for that instance, but for more of a want to say ethical. Uh, So there's a philosophical attitudes on suicide may vary. Um, so we have to make sure we follow certain patterns. Like if you're a moralistic perspective, suicide is always wrong and unacceptable. Like more a Christian view. Libertarian perspective, emphasis on freedom of choice, uh, and a relative approach, contextualists and consequentialists. So everybody's attitude might change, but I think the hardest on the ethical way, the way I'm leaning, is a moralistic perspective, which suicide is always wrong and unacceptable. But as a psychologist, even if we feel that way, because it's a horrible thing to commit suicide. uh, but you know, being there to as a support and be able to help the child or an adult or whatever, whoever might contemplating suicide. Uh, so I don't. I mean, other than that, I don't know what to say. But I mean, I did find this nice poem. I'm gonna finish this reflective journal. Don't let your worst day be your last. The storm is strong, but it will pass. I think you can't go another day, but please stay, just stay. Hope is real, hope is real. By Jake Runstad. So, another thing too that I remember, I used to have back when I used to live in LA. I used to have a friend and a great grandmother who was at that time still alive, and she was part of the cleansing of a certain class of people, not a certain class, a certain I think a background. I think she wasn't Jewish, and she would say to her grandson, um, "Tough times come and go. Only tough people survive." And that lady was tough. so, so yeah, suicide. Those feelings come and go. So just make sure and get some help, and just be as a school psychologist, provide help and be supportive to all the kids. So yeah, part of the job, and if I help one kid in my lifetime, that'd be great. Hopefully I'll help several. All right, thank you.